Imagine how good that would be.
Back towards goal, hits the post, but tapped in, and there's Sam Bell.
Neesman slides in Cornick, that'll do it.
And he make an impact right away. He'll try.
Oh yes! Tommy Conway's only gone and done it again.
Well, 295 miles as the crow flies from Ashton Gate to the Stadium of Light, where the Black Cats host the Robins today in the Sky Bet Championship. City have won 3 of their last 4 games in the league and are also aiming for their 3rd consecutive victory against Sunderland. We all remember that Tommy Conway penalty earlier in the season. So 12th in the Championship, plays 13th this afternoon, with both teams aiming for places in the top of the table by the end of the season. A nasty 5-1 defeat at home to Blackburn for today's hosts on Easter Monday, and a victory for City in the West Country against the Pilgrims means that both sides will be firing on all cylinders for victory today. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Robins TV, live from Ashton Gate for our coverage of City's trip to the North East. We have a fun-packed show for you, including 2 special guests today, both former players for Bristol City, and this man makes it a 3rd. Good afternoon, Robins TV favourite Chris Honor. Chris, you are 2 days out of a trip from Vegas. Still awake? Still firing?
Just about. I don't know what time it is, but I'm looking forward to this afternoon's game, and minus the jet lag, hopefully.
It's really important today, isn't it, that we go out and silence that Stadium of Light crowd with an early goal, perhaps?
Definitely. Sunderland had an awful result last Monday, and Bristol City, if they go into this game full of confidence after back-to-back wins, it's just there waiting for them. If they can keep that crowd quiet for the first 20 minutes, poach a little goal, put them under a little bit of pressure in front of another big crowd, you'll see those red seats appearing in the background, and Bristol City be very happy just to keep them quiet.
Wouldn't that be nice? As far as City was concerned, 4 defeats in a row, and then all of a sudden we've now collected 9 points in the last 4 league games. What's changed, do you think?
Well, obviously the results. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, isn't it? You know, they didn't seem to be doing a lot wrong, but the results weren't going in our favour. Now we've had a little bit of an international break, and we've come back strong. Maybe there was a little bit of time on the grass, maybe a little bit of time to relax and calm down and just get the pressure off the players, because I think it was building. I mean, 4 straight defeats is not a great run, and I'm sure the manager was feeling a bit of pressure, and that sometimes then transfers onto the players. But maybe that 2-week period where they had a little bit of a break and they came back strong, and they've got 2 wins under their belts, and hopefully they can go up to Sunderland and do really well this afternoon.
Good stuff. Nice to have you back behind the desk, Chris Honor.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're watching Robins TV. Team news is in now from the Stadium of Light. Toby Osborne's got all the details.
Thank you very much, Downsy. 3 changes for Mike Dodds' side following that Easter Monday defeat. Hungarian international Callum Stiles is dropped to the bench. Norwegian under-21 international Leo Hjeld comes in to replace him at left-back. Sunderland played a midfield 2 on Monday of Ekwa and Neil. That remains. Beyond them, another change sees Mundell dropping down to the bench in favour of 16-year-old Chris Rigg. Born in 2007 and already mounting up appearances for the first team. Patrick Roberts has also been dropped in favour of Jack Clark, who is topping the club charts for assists and goals this season for the club and is their key man today. Joe Bellingham will lead the line at just 18 years of age, completing a very youthful side this afternoon. Semedo and Dak among the substitutes. 2 changes for Bristol City. Rob Dickey picking up a slight knock, not involved, with Mark Sykes coming in to replace him. Presumably we'll see that back 3 of Tanner, Zach Viner and Hayden Roberts. Sykes and Pring likely to act as wing-backs today. The other change sees Naki Wells starting the game ahead of Tommy Conway, who he replaced at Home Park and was of course the match winner. Mehmeti and Twine either side of Naki. Knight and James will hold down a midfield 2. Then on the bench, the likes of Conway, McCrory and Joe Williams, who was very impressive when he came on away at Plymouth. Right, let's hear from the manager. It's Liam Manning.
Liam, team news up first. Can you give us an update on Rob Dickey's situation?
Yeah, Rob got a kick to the calf away at Plymouth on Monday. So unfortunately he's in a little bit of pain, nothing serious, nothing major, but it's going to rule him out for a week or two. So disappointing, but at the same point, like I said, it gives someone else an opportunity.
Two players coming in, Mark Sykes and Nahki Wells. What do you want from them?
I think similar to what we saw second half at Plymouth, I thought they came on, had a real positive impact on the game. Nahki's desperate to score, and hopefully, obviously getting one the other day, you can build on that and take some momentum into today. And I'd say, Sykes has obviously been annoyed at not starting, which is good if it's controlled, and he still put the team first. And I think he's done that in how he's performed when he's come on. He's played a big part. Obviously, the quality of the ball across the pitch for the goal against Leicester, and then obviously the rebound off Anis's shot on Monday. So it's for him. It's now hitting that level straight from the start and bringing that throughout the whole game.
You mentioned momentum for Nahki, but momentum for the whole team as well. Head into this game off 2 back-to-back wins. How important is that first 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think that for me, the 2 games are great. We have to take confidence not from the result, but from the actions and the performances and how we were able to do that. Look, we know it's a huge club, strong team. We know they're extremely dangerous, and we know it's going to be an extremely tough game. So it's on us to be at our best, make sure we hit the level we've shown in the last 2 games, and go and give a good count of ourselves.
The sun is shining out here in Sunderland. More than 700 City fans making the very long trip to the North East. How much would it mean to give those supporters a victory today?
Yeah, amazing. Such a journey, such a long journey. So huge thank you to them. And like I said, the players are prepped. The work's been done. Hopefully we can go out and give them a performance that will send them home happy.
The gaffer Liam Manning chatting to Ryan Morgan there at the Stadium of Light. Disappointing with Rob. So the quote is, Rob got a kick to the calf at Plymouth. It's nothing too serious, but it's going to rule him out for a week or two. Disappointing, but not a disaster. No, because we've got players to replace him. Obviously, Tanner can sit back in alongside Zach Viner, and Roberts apparently played very well on Monday. He's a big miss. He's been one of our best players this season, without a doubt. He's come into the side when we thought he might be one of the players that were challenging for that position, but he's made that position his own alongside Zach Viner. And I would imagine he'd be right up there come the end of the season for Player of the Year. So, it'd be a miss because he brings the ball out well from the back, but we've got the players in position and in those with abundance at the moment, and we'd be able to cover. We've also got McCrory on the bench if there's any issues with those 3 later on in the game, and we can swap a few players around. So, looking strong still at the back. Those changes are key, aren't they? They seem to be at the moment. And difficult, I suppose, for Liam to choose in terms of who's going to start. Will it be Tommy? Will it be Nahki? Should it be a case of whoever scores then starts, in the next game? I like the stability that he's now introduced. There was a time where he was swapping players quite regularly, trying to find a formula. The only thing that he is trying to do is maybe start with the most informed centre forward. Whether it's Nahki or Tommy. At the moment, Nahki Wells scored on Monday, full of confidence. It was the match winner. He's probably the fresher out the 2 because he played the least amount of game time, so he's gone with him. And then you've always got the luxury of bringing Tommy Conway on for the last 30 minutes, full of legs, full of running, very strong, and we know what he brings to the game, so it's a good problem to have as a manager. And 700 travelling fans. What did I say? It was 295 miles. That's some commitment, isn't it? That's as the crow flies as well. Can you imagine how long that has taken them to get there? That is a great journey. Listen, that's the hardcore fans. Brilliant effort, and hopefully the team can get a result for them this afternoon, and they can come back all happy and forget about the 5-hour journey. Yeah, absolutely. All right, good stuff. You've done that too many times. You're watching Robins TV. Hello, it's Downsy here with Chris Honour here in the studio time for our first special guest of today, and it is none other than footballing legend Marcus Stewart. But not only is he a football legend, he's also my neighbour. Hello, Marcus. Nice to see you without me walking my dogs for a change.
I know, normally I'm on the balcony after doing the workout and you're just walking past. Whatever weather it is down to, But it's quite a nice community down there, so it's nice to get to know everyone who lives around Portishead.
Absolutely right.
Hey, Gary Johnson lives down there as well.
Tell you what, this is a fixture that you know really well. Obviously, both clubs mean a lot to you. Is it difficult to watch fixtures like this? Do you favour one side or the other? Does your brain go one way or the other?
Do you know what? I'm quite good when it comes putting my emotion to one side. I just want a good game of football. So it's not difficult for me to watch. It depends what they're going for as well. Sunderland aren't doing too well. City are okay. The expectations from Sunderland was a lot more this year, I would have thought. But obviously they got rid of my old captain at Ipswich, Tony Mowbray, at the start of the year, and it's just not gone how they wanted to, really. So, no, I don't find it difficult to watch at all. I try and get to watch games if I can. It's very difficult for me to do that with all the time I'm consumed with watching my boys play rugby on a weekend. And so midweek games I watch a lot more than I do probably weekend games, Saturday games, Sunday games I tend to watch. So, no, not difficult for me at all. If I get a chance to watch it, I will.
You're hugely busy with other stuff as well, which we'll come on to in just a couple of ticks. But the Stadium of Light is obviously an incredible stadium. What can the boys expect there today? What will the atmosphere be like?
Well, do you know what? It's really chalk and cheese up there. The club's doing brilliant. The fans are fantastic. I mean, you get 40,000 fans there. We were in the Championship, going to win the Championship. It's full house. 48,000 I think it holds. So they're right behind you. But at the moment, they're not doing brilliantly. They just come off a really big loss. So, from City's point of view, if you can keep the crowd quiet and put them on the back foot a bit, the team, is then up to the players of Sunderland to deal with the pressure of them not doing too well and getting a bit of stick from the fans, which can happen up there. But on the flip side of that, Sunderland get a goal when they're on the front foot. The fans are there and they're behind them. So, yeah, I don't know what type of game it would be. Sunderland got to pull their finger out a bit. So, I think City have got a chance up there. I think because the crowd can affect the players. The home crowd can affect the home players for sure.
Well, let's hope so. Let's take a moment to congratulate you on the march of the day. Incredible. A walk from Valley Parade to Anfield raised over £130,000 for your foundation and for the charity. How are the feet?
Yeah, my feet hurt a bit. I mean, I'm okay. I did about 20 miles. So, the core walkers, there were 16 of them doing the whole walk. In kind of a relay fashion at different stages, but they were sleeping on the bus overnight. So when there wasn't people around at night, they were still doing the walk. And I think between them, they were given certain stages to do, but some did extra stages. For instance, my wife Louise, she'd done 85 miles. So I don't know about the rest of them. So I think they're real heroes, really. I'd done 20 miles. That was a walk in the park compared to what they had to do. All the stuff they had to do. So. Yeah, I'm all right. I recovered pretty quickly, and I think a lot of them recovered pretty quickly. We had a bit of a reunion night last night, and had a few beers and something to eat. So it was good to see them not in pain.
The Derby Rimmer M&D Foundation, of course, is the foundation that we're talking about. What's next, Marcus? Because your work is pretty non-stop at the moment, raising awareness of motor neurone disease and the charity and raising money.
So next weekend is my two sons are running the Manchester Marathon for the charity. The weekend after, two good friends of mine, Will Andrews and Danny Slee, are running the London Marathon for the charity. And then there might be something else between now and July. But in July we've got the Stewart Sports Store. They wanted me to wear my shirt on the walk I did the other week, and I went, I ain't wearing my shirt with my name on the back. That ain't happening. So, we've got a walk anyway happening in Bristol, around Bristol in July. I'm not sure what date it is at the moment. What date is it? The 20th of July. So the wife's in the background telling me 20th of July. So that's visiting. I think it's going from Bristol Rovers to Bristol Flyers to Bristol Storm to, bear with me, I've got it here. Bristol Storm to Broad Plain Rugby Club.
Wow.
Broad Plain Rugby Club to Bristol City. Bristol City to Gloucester Cricket Club. And then Gloucester Cricket Club back to Rovers Ground. So, I think all in all is about 20 miles, Lou. 17 miles. Okay, that's great. I can do it. I've done 20 before.
You need to do 20.
About 17 miles, and you can register on the Redwood Events website, and you've got your different coloured shirts. You've got the green ones. You've got for Yeovil, obviously, they play down there. Ones for City, the red ones, and you've got blue ones you can have as well. So it's all about banging the drum, and and I think it's time for the South West to get involved a bit. Most things have been done up north, in Lancashire, Yorkshire, where it's been Kev Sinfield doing it, or we've done it. So it'd be nice to do something down in the South West. Hopefully next year as well. There'll be a March of the Day too, but we'll see what that's going to entail at the moment. That's a bit too far down the line.
Well, we'll be with you every step of the way. Good luck for the sports tour and everything there. Thanks so much for being with us today, and I'll see you on the balcony.
Andy, you're a gentleman, mate. Thank you very much for all your help, and I'll see you soon, no doubt.
What an absolute legend. We'll keep you posted on all of the developments here, and support Marcus where you can, please. The work he's doing is incredible. I guess at that time, Chris, you were playing against him rather than with him.
Oh, absolutely. I knew him from a young lad at Bristol Rovers. He was a superstar from the early days. He was something a little bit special. Some of his runs were amazing. For a young kid, he just had it naturally. Great left foot, scored goals, had a brilliant career. Very humble. Always good fun to be around, and he still remained a really good friend to this day. Hopefully I'm going to catch up with him next week, but if the Bristol public can get behind him, it would be amazing. It's long overdue, because I know this charity's been running for a year now, but he's now bought it south, and hopefully we can match what people have done in the north, and some of these walks that he's done, some of these cycle rides. There's a fabulous website that his wife runs, Louise. Get on it. Facebook. Just join the foundation, or join the charity raising, because they're doing a fabulous job. He's doing amazing to cope with the illness he's got, and hopefully he can carry on smiling, because he's a good lad.
He is a good lad indeed. Great stuff. All right. Well, you're watching Robins TV. Thanks very much for joining us. Short break now. Still to come, we'll have some in-depth analysis of how Bristol City can open up Sunderland like a tin of cat food. That on the way. Plus, of course, all the action for you overseas visitors from 3 o'clock. All next.
Robin is symbolic in its tenacity and its spirit. The first bird to start the dawn chorus, the last to stop singing at night. Traditionally, the robin represents hope, revival, new beginnings, and good things to come. While small and considered cute, don't let that fool you. The robin is aggressively territorial and quick to drive away intruders. Home is theirs to protect. Boldly and bravely.
Ashton Gate is our home, our territory, our fortress to defend.
Bristol is our community, our family to protect and care for. We care for and nurture our own academy to develop them into first-team players through opportunity.
Our bravery, our fearlessness allows us to play with freedom.
To entertain our fans and to inspire our community.
We play to win, we exist to inspire. We always believe.
Welcome back to Robins TV. That ads for the season tickets really does raise the hairs on the back of your neck, doesn't it? As Basso always said, always believe. Another chance for you to renew. Go to the website. It's bcfc.co.uk. Make sure you get your season ticket renewed before that deadline. All the details on our website. You're watching Robins TV live from Ashton Gate for City's trip to the North East to take on Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Less than 10 minutes to go now until kick-off, and I'm joined by Robins TV favourite Chris Honor in the studio. Chris, we're going to go through some of the analysis now. I mean, they are coming off the back of that really quite embarrassing 5-1 defeat against Rovers, and that's going to affect them mentally, isn't it? And it'll affect them in one of two ways. Either heads are going to be down, or they're going to be coming out the blocks at us. Judged on current form, which one do you think it might be?
Well, I think they'll start very positively. I think they'll come out the blocks very quickly. I think they'll have a real good go. But if Bristol City can keep possession of the ball, silence the crowd, put a little bit of their own stamp of authority on the game, I think that's when the crowd gets a little bit quiet. Because that crowd is a big crowd, as you know, we know 40-odd thousand. That can be their 12th man. But if we can silence them, that can put the pressure on some very young heads in that Sunderland team. Heads will drop, and Bristol City can edge themselves into this fixture, and hopefully they can go all the way and bring back 3 points. But you know, that first 20 minutes is so important, and it was something that Blackburn did on Monday. They got the first goal, heads went down, and eventually they walked away with a fantastic victory. So hopefully Bristol City can do the same.
Well, let's take a look at some of that action from that game now. This is against Blackburn Rovers, this 5-1 loss. So Sunderland really getting opened up here. This is how City can exploit the Black Cats today, because it's just sort of, look at the gap that opens up here behind. Look at that, all that space here.
Well, they're very open in transition, aren't they? They lost possession of the ball in a good area. Some great movement, some good passing by Blackburn, and they were in. And it was a fabulous finish in the end. I think it was Smojic's, and a good finish. But that's exactly what Bristol City need. An early goal, put the Sunderland players under pressure. There was a big gap in behind the centre half, as you pointed out, and a good finish. It's you've got to be able to score the goals when they come along, or the chances when they come along, and that was a great left foot finish.
And it really was. You could see the heads go down at this point, couldn't you, for Sunderland? That really is a big issue, as you were jokingly earlier on. Actually, you saw more and more people leave the stadium, and that, I guess, has a real effect. Let's see some more here. This is from a throw-in, and two of their players not even looking where the ball is here. So this is a real issue.
Well, this is this multi-ball issue. You need to stay switched on all the time. On this occasion, a great little turn in a really tight area, nice pullback, and another goal tucked away. Fantastic little finish. But that's terrible. I mean, that's terrible defending. Sunderland are obviously a young team, and on that occasion, two players completely switched off, weren't doing their jobs, and Blackburn took advantage. And it was a great finish. Good pullback and slotted away. But this is the one where I feel as if the heads are completely gone. Caught out of possession, no real transitional, defending, really wide open, poor defending. Good little pass, and almost walked the ball into the back of the net. Great finish, gave the goalkeeper the eye, put the ball in the opposite corner. And by that stage, the seats would begin to show. There was red seats everywhere, and Sunderland were well beaten.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you very much. Chris Honor, who is with us here today, just going through some of that detail in the analysis there. You're watching Robins TV. Thanks so much for having us on. Tell you what, it's time to say goodbye to our viewers on Facebook and YouTube now. If you are an international viewer, you can, of course, continue watching. Or if you're here in the UK, you can watch on the social media channels or buy an audio pass.